There is power behind every story we carry within. Every tragedy, no, yes, laugh, victory. And every testimony that is incubated within our souls have power. The power to transform, from tragedy to crown, from obstacle to opportunity. And all the moments in between make us wiser. Watch Candid Conversations with Charisa for impactful, unheard moments that will certainly spark your power and inner truth to shift, heal, and restore your life. It's time to get real, uncover, unlock, unpack, set free, and increase the dialogue to change a life. We all start somewhere and end in places of destiny. Get ready for the long-awaited Candid Conversations with Charisa.
What are my thoughts on people expecting me to be like my father? I don't even know why they would expect that, but people are interesting. And it's funny that they think that because, they expect that my dad was this type of person and he was so great and we are his offspring. We've been around him for so long. And so there's this automatic idea that, oh, your dad was this person. You have to follow in his footsteps. And I don't have to follow in his footsteps. I don't. Even if I tried, and I see people try to be like their father, they try to be like their mother, they try to be like someone, like I would never be him. I can never be my father. The only thing that I can do or can be as it pertains to him, like if I tried, was to be the best copy of him. Why would I want to be a copy of anybody? Why would I want to be him? He wouldn't even want me to be him. Never once has he tried to get my brother and I to be like him, to act the way he acts and respond the way he responds and go after what he went after. And I appreciate him, my mom, so much for that because they never impose their character and their personality and their purpose and their vision on our lives. They never did that. They allowed us to do what we want to do. They allowed us to be what we want to be and go after what we wanted to in school and go after what we liked and desire. My mom, like even I think about my mom, there's this idea that, you should be just like your mom because my mom was very quiet and reserved and, she said little. And so since you're the daughter, you should be like her. I am not like my mom. I am now, in this case, I'm very much like my dad, very outspoken and in there and get there and very lively and personable. And whereas my brother is more like my mom, who's kind of quiet and reserved. And if he don't know you, he don't trust you and won't talk. So I can be very assertive and strong. And apparently this goes against some of the thought schools out there as it pertains to a woman. But I wouldn't want to be like my dad. I wouldn't want to be a copy of him. And you know why I wouldn't want to be like him? You know why I will never be him? And you know why he would never want me to be him? Because I am supposed to be me. And me being me will not look like anyone else on this planet except me. So if I'm so busy trying to look like him and be like him, I can never focus on me. I could never be me. I could never be the Charisa that was created. I could never be the Charisa that was designed. I could never be the Charisa that was born with a purpose to do what she was born to do. I'll never use my talents because I'm so busy trying to use his talents. I'll never be able to hone in and develop my gifts because I'm so busy trying to develop his. So people think that, and my thoughts are, if anything, I want to be greater than him. And the only way for me to be greater than him is to be me. Because whatever he was, however he was, took him to this level. I can only be number one, the best copy of that. And then I can only get here because he was him the whole time. But if I'm trying to get here, then I gotta develop Charisa. I have to develop my gifts. I have to develop and go after my purpose so that I can be greater than him. And people have they have this expectation of what we would be and who we would look like and what steps we should follow. And even if I think about following in his footsteps may be too big, or his footsteps may be too small, or they may be going in a direction that I should never be going in. So I don't want to follow his footsteps. I am grateful that he took the steps that he took to either show me what success looked like and show me what failure looks like. But now I get to make my own footsteps. I have a guide to help me make my own footsteps in the sand to the direction where I'm supposed to go. I do. I think my dad would be extremely proud of the person that I am today. And I think, and I say that because the person I am today is not the person I was when he died. And he was proud of me then. He was proud of me when I was 15. He was proud of me when I was 12. He was proud of me when I was 10. He was proud of me when I turned 30. But the person that I am since then, I've grown, I've matured, I've leveled up, I've enhanced, I've upgraded, and he didn't have the opportunity to see that. So if he was proud of me when I was 15 and messing up, when I was 18 and messing up, when I was 30 and messing up, he would be, if he was proud of me when I was accomplishing the things I was accomplishing then, I know that he and my mom both, if they were here, I think I would be blowing their minds. And actually, now that I think about it, I say that because I'm blowing my mind. But I think my dad knew. I think my mom knew the children they had. I think they knew the investment they made in us. And I think they knew and they believed that we would be who we are. I just didn't know. We just didn't know. And so I'm actually sometimes surprising myself at the possibilities and the potential and the things that I'm creating and doing. And I say this all the time. Like, I think that's one of my biggest, I don't want to say regrets. One of my biggest sadness is that he's not here to see where I am and to see what I'm doing. He's not sitting on that front row seat watching me do what he had me do 30 years ago. He's not seeing me be the woman I am now, doing what he exposed me to 20 years ago. But he would be exceptionally proud. And I think that motivates, inspires, and encourages me more to go as far as I can go and never stop. Yes, as I get older, I am seeing a lot more of my mom personality. And the part of her that I'm seeing is the part of her that I pushed away for many years. And it's that quiet, soft-spoken, reserved part of her. Because initially I wasn't like that. Like, I was, very expressive. I'm still very expressive. And my dad is, he'll talk about anything. He'll say anything. He'll pull anyone into anything. He's just a jovial person. And not that mom was boring. She just was, you had to tug on her a little bit to get her out. But anything could make her laugh. Like, she enjoyed laughing at foolishness. But she was very quiet. And then when it was time for her to talk, you see the lion, the fierce lion, come out, and the strength. But so now I'm at a place where I am realizing that because I'm so much like my dad, I'm strong in mind. I'm strong in my expressions. I'm strong in what I want and going after who I am. That is already my strength and my power. So now I realize that it's okay for me to encapsulate that in a reserved and poised manner, because one doesn't dim the other. So it was interesting when I watched my parents, because my parents were black and white, day and night, apple and rice, orange and black. is how they were. And so they were very opposites, but one never dimmed or overshined the other. So even though my dad was strong and extroverted and he wasn't loud, but he was just more out there, that didn't dim the poised, quiet, reserved person that my mom was. And there was never a time when there needed to be that. And because mom was that dimmed my dad's light. So I'm able to be both of those together. And it's becoming a beautiful thing because I say nothing sometimes. I sit back and do nothing. And, the crowd just does what they do, or people just, that's Charisa. But the minute I do open my mouth, everybody's mouth drops and they want more. And I'm like, had all that in you, huh? I say, yep. But the environment and the demand has to be there for what's inside of me. And I'm realizing that's when it becomes more important. That's when it becomes more valuable, as opposed to just dishing it out. If you're not careful with your gift, people will use and abuse and misuse it, or they will squander it. And so I'm so careful with the gift that I have right now because I understand its value, its power, and its strength. Ain't no touching it, boo.